some bromine. In the flask I have some TCCA, full chlorine, along with sodium bromide solution. And I have some hydrochloric acid in here. What's happening here is the hydrochloric acid is reacting with the TCCA to make chlorine gas, which is replacing the bromine and the sodium bromide, making sodium chloride table salt and bromine. Alright, my flask is starting to feel warm at the touch, so I'm going to go ahead and add in some hydrochloric acid. And it was already red, but it's going to turn more red when bromine's produced. And within seconds, it started crazy boiling. And I'm getting a crap ton of bromine. Crap. It's even coming through right here. I had it going through a bubble. Beautiful red color. I had to turn down the heat. And it's just pouring out. I mean, it's even condensing right here. See the vapors going up into that. It is almost an entirely sealed system. And it's brominating the tubing. It's also leaking out somewhere over here. That's not good, but it's leaking out right there. Also not good. Beautiful bromine. See the chlorine be made out of TCCA, and it is constantly putting out bromine. I got everything I made so far right here. You can see it's denser than water. A little layer of water coming over too. There's bromine on the bottom of that. And it's just beautiful. Alright, I quickly transferred everything that was in my flask into there because it's starting to bubble a lot. I turned the heat off and unplugged it. And right when I changed tubes so I can not worry about my brominated tube failing on me. But hopefully that I turned like it's off, so yeah, it's starting to stop bubbling so much. So hopefully it'll be fine. There's a lot of water coming over this bromine now. Still make it time. Then drained out all the water that was in there and a little bit of bromine right there. Alright, turn the heat back all the way up. When it starts boiling again, I'm supposed to set it down, but it's starting to slow down. Still a lot of bromine coming over, but not much. I use up all my hydrochloric acid. It's so beautifully red. I think it just has to be hot enough to go all over. And here's the thing with bromine. They gotta be stored in ampules. And ampules are pretty easy to make. You get better with practice, like almost anything else. I just got these flat bottom little test tubes. Pop the cork off. I just have a butane torch. All you're doing is stretching out the neck to make it easier to seal up when you put the bromine in there. And you just gotta make sure that you got a decent amount of space. Probably only gonna fill up about less than halfway full of bromine. Alright, not the best camera angle, but this is all I got. I have to do it outside. I recommend if you have goggles, wear them, because this stuff can splatter sometimes. I can't find mine, so I'm kind of left in the dark. But a quick note, when you're making your ampules, try to make them longer, not shorter. That way there's less heat. You need to close it up. And I didn't mention this when I made the ampules, but you're going to want to turn it kind of like pretty much this speed right here. And then you take your pliers and stretch it out. Don't squeeze too hard because you end up breaking it like this. I don't know if this is going to seal properly. I'm still going to try it, but alright. So fill your ampule with bromine. Got my elemental bromine right here. And it likes to drop out your dropper, so you have to be kind of close to it. And I'm only gonna fill it about halfway. That way, when it heats up, it won't bubble the thing up. If you fill it up too much, it'll make a big bubble in the glass, and it won't seal properly. Right, get my torch set up. And another thing is, when you hold it, you want to hold it like this, almost upright in the flame, and pull straight up. If you hold it to the side, the bromine will get kind of close up here and it'll do the same bubbling, have the same bubbling problem. You can see where my plier pull back that glass and it split. But fill it. Another thing is, if you can try avoiding getting it, like my plastic droppers will go past it. But if you avoid getting bromine in this neck, it'll be better. Alright, they've all cooled down. I got 4 ampules, all filled with elemental bromine. That's an easy way to test them, since bromine likes to get out of any tiny little hole. You see that the end is still clear, this one is sealed. And I didn't take the time to dry it. I know I probably should have, but you take sulfuric acid and it heats up and you lose a lot of bromine, so I didn't think it was worth the time. Not sealed. All of my ampules are sealed, and I didn't mess any up, so I got 2 extras. And got barely any in there, but I got enough to play around with. Now, I got 4 ampules. The only thing is, you see how it's kind of sticking there? That's the water. if you notice, and I'll put link the video in the description. Now, Red's video, he dries it with sulfuric acid. Like I mentioned before, I wasn't going to do this because I didn't want to lose all my bromine to vapors. If I need pure bromine for a project, I'll just do it then. But as about 25 milliliters spread between the 4 of them. I ain't gonna do the math. I'll probably put a little text to how much is per ampule, and it's not very even, as you can see. But I'm just happy that I got bromine. I mean, I already had bromine, but it was like a crappy ampule, and I'm probably gonna re-ampule that. But yeah, got a half decent storage box. Just use foam that my chemistry stuff comes in, my glassware. And got 2 squares the size of the box, one for on top, one for the bottom. And the same thing, the test tubes came in, I just cut enough to fit in the box, put a little strip on there so the tops would be protected, and it fits the ampules perfectly. And then I can put this on top and protect it. Quick note about storage, I wouldn't recommend leaving this inside. I'm leaving it in my garage, my chemistry lab, so it should be fine. If one of these does bust, I have the means to clean it up, kind of. So, it's just if one of these busts inside, it wouldn't really be good.